welcome to the monthly Marquee. I'm your host, Bart Levins, Director for the Hardin County Schools Performing Arts Center. And our first guest is also our PAC Spotlight Ambassador. Please welcome from Central Hardin High School, Christiana Renvell. How are you, Christiana?
I'm good. I'm good, Bart. How are you?
I'm doing okay. I'm sleepy, allergies. We were talking in the limousine that Skaggs provides for us so kindly that it's that time of year when you can't get the temperature right and allergies are kicking up, and so but I'm doing okay, and I'm really delighted that you're here. You've been a wonderful guest this morning on all our programming, and you're going to help me co-host in a minute here, which will be a lot of fun.
Ooh.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing at Central Hardin right now.
Right now I am in a play called Decision Height, which I'm rehearsing for it. Mm-hmm. It will be playing October 27th at 7 p.m. and October 28th at 2 p.m.
And I know people can get tickets for it through our website.
Yes.
And what is Decision Height about?
Decision Height is about World War II, the WASPs. It is a group of women who were pilots during World War II. Secret pilots, really. It was they were like an experimentation group.
Okay.
They weren't talked about much. They weren't even considered veterans after. They used these beat-up planes most of the time, wore these oversized suits that were usually men's. It's funny, but they learned how to live with them.
Hand-me-down uniforms.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like sibling stuff.
Right. And it was at a time when women were not allowed to be part of military service.
Yep, and only recently in 2015 were they allowed to be buried at Arlington and somewhat considered veterans.
It's a fascinating piece of history. Who do you play in the performance?
I'm not sure if the characters are really real, but I know some of the last names are. Mm-hmm. But currently I'm playing Carol Henderson.
Okay.
Late teens, early 20s. She's from Oklahoma. She's a runt of a litter, and she's super energetic. She's like the comedy relief when things get serious. So, and she's the baby of the group. They call her Shrimp because she's also like the shortest. It's so funny to me, but the characters, they really bond, and so do the people behind those characters.
Now, what do you mean the people behind those characters?
I have become super close friends with some of the people who I work with during the play and performances, and the bonds are really strong, and we're not scared to be ourselves. It's relaxing.
Would you say that's probably one of the largest benefits you get from being involved with
Yes.
the drama group at Central?
Yeah, growing bonds is very important, especially just in normal jobs. But we get really close, and it's a lot of fun.
Well, I'm eager to see the show. It's going to be on our stage October 27th.
Yes, 27th and 28th.
27th and 28th. You can find information out at thepac.net.
Yep.
Or you can call our box office, 270-769-8837. Anything else you'd like people to know about the show?
Go see it.
Just go see it.
Yes, go see it.
There you go. There's the tagline.
Tickets are only $7. Go see it.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Joining me now is my co-host, Christiana Renvell, and our guest, Miss Carrie Lewis, representing Hardin County Playhouse. Well, Carrie, we haven't seen you in a while. We've got a lot to catch up on. You are going into a leisurely retirement from your business.
So they say.
So they say.
I've got a lot to catch up on.
And that's how I would feel,
yes.
too. Yeah.
So I don't think there's going to be a lot of the leisure, although we will be doing a lot of traveling. So I'm looking forward to that. And I will have more time to devote to the Hardin County Playhouse.
Well, and that was one of the things we were talking about. With your free time, you're wanting to really start to kickstart the funding for the new space.
Yes, I'll have the time to do that, and and I already have the contacts and everything. All I have to do is be able to follow through and present the plan that we have in our hearts.
Well, I hope you enjoy your new job as fundraiser for Hardin County Playhouse.
I think I'm going to be a lousy boss, though.
What's happening at the Playhouse right now?
Well, right now we are in production for Misery that's going to be opening on October 6th. Now that is being directed and starred in by Aaron Taylor, as you well know, your very own Aaron Taylor, and his wife Moira. And both of them are incredible people to work with, as I've worked with both of them. And I'm sure this is going to be an amazing production. He's got some special effects things and different things that he's doing that's going to make this an outstanding production. So I'm really, really looking forward to
And
that.
this is based on the Stephen King novel and
Yes.
film, the same name.
Yes.
What's that about?
Oh, it's about an author. It's about an author. He writes a series of these kind of romantic novels about Misery Chastain and her life, and he is deciding that he's going to end the series. And he has a car wreck in a remote part of Maine, of course. And the woman that helps him, she's a former nurse or something, and she brings him into her house. And when she finds out his plan, she decides she's not going to let him live to kill off the main character. So
'Cause she's a huge fan of this character.
huge
Well,
fan.
that's really
his biggest fan. Yes, it's creepy.
And she like forces him to rewrite his last novel
That's right.
Oh.
Yeah.
so that she lives.
So it should be very interesting, and like I said, with Aaron and Maura both, they're incredible performers and have a tremendous vision for what they're doing. So this should be a real treat for Hardin County.
Yeah. So, and how do we get tickets for this?
Well, you can find us on Facebook, or you can go to Ticket Leap from the website, hardincountyplayhouse.com, and get your tickets there. Now, this is going to be running through our fall break, but it opens October 6th, and we have two Friday shows, and 2 Saturday shows, and 2 Sunday matinees, and a Thursday show of the week of fall break. So I hope people aren't too busy that they can or be in town to go see it, because it's going to be amazing.
Christiana, did you have anything else you wanted to ask?
What is your job really at the Playhouse?
At the Playhouse. Well, I'm vice president on the board of directors. So if our president should become ill or unable to perform or assassinated, then I would take over, as any vice president would do. So, but she's in good health right now, so we're not even worried about
really
that.
well.
So what I do usually is I try and do the fundraising, and I try and get the sponsorships. Like we were able to get sponsored for this show, this Misery show, by Bright Electric and Swope Family of Dealerships, which helps with our cost of the special effects that Aaron's going to be doing. So and I primarily I work in the fundraising part of it, and support Claire in whatever she needs to do as far as promoting it through social media or anything like that. So
What's next after Misery? Are there auditions for it?
oh, there's auditions coming up. We have got the best Christmas pageant ever, and auditions are going to be October 16th and 17th at the ECTC Science Auditorium, where we do perform as well. And that show's going to be December 7th and through the 10th, and the 14th through the 17th. That's an adorable play. It's fabulous, and it should be very perfect for the Christmas season. Get everybody all sentimental.
And lots of roles for kids.
Lots of roles
Definitely
for kids.
sounds interesting.
Yeah, it is. It's a very good show. And then next year we've got Almost Maine coming up. The auditions will be in January 22nd and 23rd, and then we're going to end our season with Godspell.
Oh.
So watch us on Facebook, find us on the web, hardincountyplayhouse.com. It'll let you know when these auditions are, and if you need audition materials, and where you can find anything else that you need. So
Excellent. Thank you so much.
thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Hello and welcome back. Our next guest is Priscilla Scarborough with the City of Elizabethtown. I always never say director or head of operations. Just with.
Just with.
With.
We all wear so many hats in our department that, I mean, really we encompass, the City of Elizabethtown Events Department as well as the Historic State Theater. We're very, very proud to represent both.
What have you got going on in October?
All the things.
All the things.
All the things. So there is no excuse to say that you're bored this October. So let's just start out with our spooky season movies.
Okay.
Of course, that's my favorite time of year. We decorate the theater a little bit. We wear our fun sweaters. It's a great time of year. So we kick that off on Friday, October the 13th. So Friday the 13th. We are showing Tyler Perry's Boo, the Medea Halloween. So come and be prepared to laugh hysterically. Saturday, October 14th, classic Nightmare Before Christmas. So we all love, love, love that. We have thrown in a really very special mini movie event on Thursday, October the 19th, in conjunction with the Downtown Business Association. We're going to be showing totally free little movie mini, and it is the Toy Story of Terror. It's about a half an hour long, totally free, public. You know, y'all come on, bring the kids, especially in their Halloween costume, just so I can get to see how cute they are. But we're showing that at 5:30, 6:30, and 7:30. So it's going to be super great, great, great fun night. So then Friday, October the 20th, very big fan favorite, it goes to Mr. Chicken. Have you heard of that? No?
Yes, I've heard
You
it
have?
a few times.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I'm telling you, it is, I mean, we pack it out that night, so it's super fun. Then Saturday the 21st, we are actually having a stage performance. So as many folks know, this is the Rocky Horror Picture Show's 50th anniversary. I wish I'm feeling a little bit old here. But anyway, so we have the Paramount Players from Ashland, Kentucky that are coming into the theater. They're taking over for the night, and they have a stage production of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. So we're really super excited. Tickets are on sale now for that. And then there will also have like prop bags for sale, but you're also welcome to bring your own. So that's super fun. We're looking forward to that. Friday, October 27th, we're showing Poltergeist, the original, old school, original. Yeah, we're loving that. And then Saturday, October 28th, The Munsters, which that's a Rob Zombie film. It's relatively newer here in the last 2-3 years, but we're really excited about that one as well. Yeah. And then we also have a concert thrown in there. So Leonard Skinner's drummer, Artemis Pyle.
Okay.
So the Artemis Pyle Band will be here on Friday, October the 6th. So yeah, we're really excited about that. I know that that's kind of the beginning of fall break. So make sure to catch that before you head out too.
Christy, did you have anything came to mind that you wanted to ask about?
Can you bring it back to the family shows, like the Toy Story one?
Yes. So we are very excited. So every month, our downtown association area has an event. So a lot of the stores will have specials, restaurants will have specials and whatnot. And we really wanted to join in that fun. And so that particular night, our facility is available. And so we are going to show, it's just a little mini movie, The Toy Story of Terror. So we all know all of our favorite characters from Toy Story. Well, this is a mini that they had made, Pixar has made.
It's that ABC evening special, like
something
I
like
remember.
that.
Yeah.
Yes. So we're going to show it, like I said, 5:30, 6:30, 7:30, totally free to the public. We really want the kids to come in their Halloween costumes. Okay. I want the kids to come in their Halloween costumes so I can see their adorable little faces. We're going to give them some little candy treats as they leave. And then we just really want to encourage everyone to come shop downtown, have dinner out maybe that night at one of the great downtown restaurants.
And where's a good place to find all of this? Is it all on a website?
Correct. So our website for the Historic State Theater is thestate270.org. You can go there to purchase not only concert tickets, but movie tickets, and to get all of the great information that's happening in that building. But also, too, for the city of Elizabethtown, for all of our festivals and events, whether it's Christmas related, upcoming, we're kind of thinking Santa's coming to town soon. So you can actually go to etownevents.com.
Excellent. Priscilla, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Our next guest on the Monthly Marquee, representing the Elizabethtown School System, please welcome Ms. Carmen Caldera-Bratska. How are you doing? It's been a while.
It has been a while. I'm good.
Now, I'm trying to remember what your title is there now, because there have been some shifting and moving around of things with the system, and your job specifically.
Yes, Director of Arts Education.
And what does that entail?
I'm kind of not necessarily over, but work with all of the arts teachers within our district to be sure they have what they need, acquire things that they don't have that they need, and be sure that students get from preschool through graduation with everything they need
I got you.
for their art form.
Very cool.
So
Yes.
what's gonna come up?
Well, we have our second annual all district arts performance, which is going to be a Christmas Carol radio drama. And we will have involvement from every school in the district. We will have students, faculty, staff. We may even have parents involved with some crew things. We really try to make it the one time of the year that we all come together and work together for this production.
And in what ways did they come together? I mean, the Christmas Carol, you have your cast, and then you have the crew for that show.
Right.
And then what else?
And then we have a class from our high school that will come over and be doing concessions, and they have a little shop set up so you can do some Christmas shopping before and during intermission. We will have duos and trios performing from not only band students but also band faculty. Will be playing Christmas carols before and during intermission. And then sometimes we just have surprises.
Oh.
Not both nights will be the same necessarily. So yeah, you just have to come and see.
Very interesting.
Yes.
How do we learn more about this particular production?
Our Facebook page, Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center on Facebook, and tickets will be sold online, and all of that information, once we have everything solid, will be on the Facebook page. So you will just click the link and buy your tickets.
Now, Carmen, I know that you probably get this as well, but like, for example, I got an email this morning from a parent saying, hey, can you teach my kid music? And I just kind of go, that's a bigger question than you think it is.
Yes.
How do parents reach out to you, and what are the kind of things you can do to help parents in our districts?
Yes. The best way is messaging Elizabethtown Performing Arts Center through Facebook. My email is really, really long and complicated,
That's
so Facebook really is the easiest way. Or you can call the EPAC as well. But I can help you in determining what classes might be best for your student once they are in middle and high school and can choose electives. I can give you resources if your child's maybe in elementary school or doesn't have room in their schedule. I can point you in a direction of private lessons in our area. I actually just referred a second grade parent to you for the Missoula Children's Theater.
Oh, okay.
So I think you and I both really try to take in as much
Yes,
information as we
yeah,
can
yeah.
and shoot it out when we're asked for it.
Well, and as I'll tell this parent, can you teach my kid music? Me? No. Us? No. But here's 3 other people that you can call from the schools or other area resources that can fit that need for you. And that's kind of, we're the resource center.
Exactly. We are the resource center for arts in the county.
Yeah. Christy, did you have anything else you had to ask?
Not really. I mean, I'm sure excited about it. I mean, it sounds very interesting.
Doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's our faculty, I think, might have had more fun last year than the students did, because they got to just let loose and not have to stay in that teacher mode, and they got to know some students that weren't in the same building that they are. And as soon as the show was over, they were asking, what's next year's show? I want a bigger part, or I want more parts, because sometimes they do more than one in radio drama. And so, yeah, I've had a lot from last year already saying, I want to do it again. Cast me.
Excellent.
So it's exciting to watch them interact together in a totally different way.
Yeah. But Carmen, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Next up, please welcome Miss Sarah Dakin with the Central Hardin High School Drama. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
I really appreciate you being here. I know you're using a planning period to come over, so I really, really appreciate that. Tell me a little bit about the upcoming production of Central Hardin.
Of course. So our fall play is Decision Height. It is about the women's Air Force service pilots from World War II. So a lot of people are probably familiar with the Rosie the Riveter concept,
Right.
that, there were lots of jobs that people needed to do while everybody was away at war. And women stepped in and did a lot of those jobs. My grandma worked in the macaroni factory at that time. But most people don't know that one of those jobs was so the Rosie the Riveters, literally the riveters would work on the planes and the ships, but somebody had to fly those planes. And the military recruited civilian women who had a certain number of hours of flight experience and a kind of a learner's license to come in and do the domestic jobs. So like flying a plane from place to place to get it to a different base, or sometimes towing targets that the soldiers could shoot at. Yes.
So they would be in the air flying the target, and they would be
Shooting at the target, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they would. They had to, learn the physics. They went to flight school, and then in 1944, at the end of 1944, when they said, "Okay, enough men are coming home. We don't need you anymore," classified. They weren't given veteran status until the 70s. Weren't officially allowed to be buried at Arlington until a few years ago. So just kind of a long history of, like we did the Orphan Train, we did Radium Girls. Like this is kind of our wheelhouse.
It really is, and it's wonderful.
Catch a piece of history that people don't know about and are going to be blown away by. Mm-hmm. So we've been having a great time with it. I was just telling you before. We met yesterday virtually with a college friend of mine and another friend of hers, and they're both granddaughters of some of these pilots, and kind of told us firsthand about what they knew, and it was just so great. But just so really cool opportunity, and it's also an all-women cast. So we have guys as stage managers for probably the first time in the 30 whatever shows I've directed, and they're learning a lot too, So it's just been a really great, unique experience for the kids. We're having a good time.
How big a cast is it?
It's 9 characters. Okay. So they lived in bays of 6. So we have the 6 baymates, and then we have one of their instructors, and then we have someone else who would be employed by the Army, kind of like the dorm mother, to take care of them. And then we see them interact with somebody from a different bay to kind of see the sisterhood among their group, and then interacting with the other pilots. And then we have an ensemble who are also serving as understudies. Gotcha. But, they march on and off singing their marching songs, and that's been fun. Some of them are, to the tune of songs that would have been popular at the time, and some of them are like the actual songs that the WASP would use. So we've just had a great time.
So it's not a musical, but it is a play with some music. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And it's very real about what this dangerous and brave work this would have been. So it's not for little kids. We're recommended high school and above, but just some really great opportunities to work with character for some folks who maybe have been in the ensemble of a musical before, but haven't really gotten to sink their teeth in like this before.
Well, and I just can't get over the history component of it. Christiana, who's in the show and who was interviewed earlier today and co-hosted with me, she was sharing some of the history that she learned about it. And one of the things that she and I talked about was when you're going into theater and you're thinking you really want to dedicate your life to being in the theater, then you have the question, well, what am I going to do in theater? Because not everybody can perform. Not everybody can do all of those things that are required. I can't dance. We all have our specialties. And one of the things I was talking to her about, because she was so interested in the history, I said, there's actually a position called the dramaturg that brings the history to the directors and the performers and helps provide them with the information they need to base their characters upon, how they're dressed,
and
how they work.
We're really fortunate this time. Our stage manager, Garrett Milby, is really interested in that stuff. So we'll be working on something. I'll be like, Garrett, look up, blah, blah, blah. And right there in the moment. And, so he's got the dramaturgy bug.
Yeah, it's just a wonderful way to connect the kids to the history.
For sure, yeah.
And when are the dates again?
So October 27th and 28th. We have a school day show on the 27th, and we still have some room. So
okay, good.
I don't know when we're airing here, but we could still fit some folks in there. Homeschoolers are welcome to. And then we have an evening performance that night and a matinee the next day. Pretty tight show. Like the ensemble marches on and off and does the set changes while they're singing and stuff. So I think it's going to be a really unique experience for people to see and learn something at the same time.
Yeah, in so many ways it reminds me of Radio Girl, so I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see it. Thank you very much. Tickets are available at thepack.net. You can go to our website, thepack.net, to get them, or you can call our box office at 270-769-8837.
All right,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Join the voices of the Animaniacs, the iconic animated Warner Brothers series, for a zany, animani, and totally insane evening as they perform the world-famous songs from the beloved cartoon series, backed by the original projected animation. Animaniacs in Concert stars the show's original Emmy-winning composer, Randy Rogel, on piano, and the voice talents of Emmy winner Rob Paulson, who is Yakko and Pinky on the Animaniacs, Raphael on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and Maurice LaMarche, the brain on Animaniacs, the king in Disney's Frozen, and Kif and Calculon on Futurama. Animaniacs remains as topical and relevant today as it was when the TV series debuted in the early 1990s. With new episodes currently streaming on Hulu, Animaniacs is a multi-generational animated favorite with universally recognized hit songs. Fans of all ages will experience Animaniacs like never before, especially those who grew up watching the series. As its creators say, Animaniacs in Concert is for the adults. It's hip, it's funny, but kids will love it too. So, be sure to stick around afterward for photos and autographs. Tickets for Animaniacs in Concert are on sale now. Well, folks, that is going to wrap things up for this month's Monthly Marquee. This is your host, Bart Levins. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next month.